Good morning, everybody.
गुड मॉर्निंग मैम।
Good morning.
मैम मैंने
हाँ जी.
मैम एक्चुअली मैंने वो असाइनमेंट के लिए जो डायग्राम्स असाइनमेंट में मेंशन थे मैंने वो थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस किया था पैराडाइम में। अगर आप थोड़ा
हाँ,
कहते कि कॉन्सेप्ट सही है कि नहीं तो
आप शेयर
मैं
कर लो स्क्रीन को. आपके
जी
पास डायग्राम है तो.
जी जी मैम।
So, are you sharing the screen? या should we start?
आई एम शेयरिंग मैम।
Okay.
इट वाज लोडिंग। सो ये है यूज
Okay.
केस डायग्राम ऑफ
हम्म.
ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग सिस्टम।
हम्म.
सो यहाँ पे मैंने एक्टर्स बनाए वेब कस्टमर रजिस्टर्ड यूजर न्यू यूजर का।
ठीक है.
And these are the use cases: view items, make purchase, checkout, view cart, register, login, etc. uh, ये
हम्म.
एक्टर्स है सर्विस एक्सटर्नल थर्ड पार्टी एक्टर्स सर्विस ऑथेंटिकेशन के लिए और पेमेंट एग्रीगेटर फॉर पेमेंट। और
हम्म.
व्यू आइटम्स को मैंने एक्सटेंड किया
इस
है
ये जो आपने बाउंड्री बनाया है, इसके अंदर जो सिस्टम है, इसका भी नाम ऊपर दे देना चाहिए. इस रेक्टेंगल का नाम.
ओके ओके
दिस इज एन
अच्छा ये
ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग ना, इसको ऊपर कर दो. हाँ, मतलब जो भी है आप कर लेना बाद में. इसको ऊपर बड़ा बड़ा थोड़ा नाम कर लेना, बोर्ड उसका फॉन्ट.
ओके। तो
हम्म.
व्यू आइटम्स को मैंने एक्सटेंड कर दिया सर्च ब्राउज़र और ऐड टू कार्ट पे। और मेक
हम्म.
परचेज को इंक्लूड रिलेशन से कनेक्ट किया है
ऐड
ऐड
टू
टू
कार्ट पर.
एंड चेकआउट।
हम्म.
और फिर लॉगिन को भी इंक्लूड किया है बिकॉज इट्स नेसेसरी फॉर चेकआउट। एंड
हम्म.
पेमेंट एंड
ठीक
व्यू
है.
कार्ट को भी चेकआउट के लिए इंक्लूड कर दिया।
ठीक है.
सो दिस इज फाइन
तो
राइट मैम।
रजिस्टर. ओके, ठीक है. परफेक्टली ओके. इसमें
ओके
आप एडमिन भी बना सकते हो, एक एडमिन यूजर भी बना सकते हो.
ओके
हु विल बी मॉनिटरिंग ऑल दीज थिंग्स. मतलब वो सब कुछ देख सकता है, वो भी लॉग इन कर सकता है और वो भी देख सकता है ऑल दीज थिंग्स. एक एडमिन यूजर भी बना सकते हो.
ओके ओके
राइट.
यस मैम।
बाकी तो ठीक है.
ओके मैम। नेक्स्ट है नेक्स्ट है एक डिप्लॉयमेंट डायग्राम जस्ट ओपनिंग इट to close the first one. Just a minute. Close the first one.
अभी आपने सबमिट नहीं किया असाइनमेंट?
नहीं मैम आज कर दूंगा।
नहीं, ठीक है. बढ़िया, आपको टाइम मिल गया.
जी। सो ये डिप्लॉयमेंट डायग्राम है ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग
हम्म.
सिस्टम का ही।
हम्म.
तो
इसमें भी आपने वेब सर्वर बनाया है.
यस मैम।
और ये बायर
बायर
क्या है?
बायर का डिवाइस इज द
अच्छा,
क्लाइंट
बायर
लाइक।
का डिवाइस.
यस मैम।
तो बायर ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग सिस्टम है. बायर की जगह कस्टमर ही लिखो ना. बायर क्यों लिख रहे हो? कस्टमर या क्लाइंट डिवाइस या जो भी लिख सकते हो ना इसको तो.
यस मैम। कस्टमर में मैंने एक आर्टिफैक्ट और कंपोनेंट दे दिया। आर्टिफैक्ट इज दी
ठीक है।
and seller and
हाँ, आप
victim.
ठीक है।
The connections are right, ma'am. The TCP, IP, and HTTPS.
हम्म।
Okay. So
दिस इज
yes,
व्हाट डेटाबेस,
yes, ma'am. This is the database server,
दिस इज एडमिन
and this
डिवाइस।
is the admin. Yeah, connected to both the
ठीक
web
है।
server and the database server. So admin is connected to the web server via HTTPS and database via TC.
They can also be application server also.
Application
You
server,
can
ma'am.
you can also add an application server if you want. This is also okay. I'm not saying that. मतलब जैसे there is a web server जिसमें आपका IIS, Apache या जो भी होगा, एक
Yes, ma'am.
application server होगा जिसमें आपकी applications install होंगी, और एक आपका database server होगा. I'm just saying.
Okay,
आपकी
okay,
मर्जी है ऐड करना. I'm not saying कि it is necessary.
okay,
पर आपके वेब सर्वर में ही आपका वेब सर्वर भी है, एप्लीकेशन सर्वर भी है, वो भी हो सकता है.
okay, okay, ma'am.
दैट इज ऑल्सो फाइन. ठीक है, ये नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम हियर.
Okay. And next is class diagram. ये भी online shopping का ही था. So I've made this one.
कस्टमर, ओके. एड्रेस, यू हैव टेकन अनदर क्लास.
Yes, ma'am.
कार्ड,
Because आज
प्रोडक्ट, the item, order and payment. ठीक है,
the relationships are fine, ma'am.
फाइन.
Okay.
Cart is a part of customer, fully dependent on the customer. I don't know.
Yes, ma'am. because मैंने सोचा कि कस्टमर जब क्रिएट होता है तो कार्ट स्पेसिफिक एक एक कार्ट तो एक ही कस्टमर के लिए असाइंड होता है फॉर द लाइफ टाइम ऑफ द कस्टमर। अगर कस्टमर डिलीट करता है अपना अकाउंट तो वो कार्ड भी डिलीट हो जाता है ना कंप्लीटली। I was thinking that it must be a one-to-one relationship.
ओके.
So इसीलिए मैंने composition यूज किया है यहाँ पे one to one। यहाँ पे मुझे थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन था ऑर्डर आइटम और कार्ट के बीच। तो मैंने यहाँ पे एग्रीगेशन यूज किया है वन टू मैनी का। बिकॉज मैंने जो फ्लो सोचा था इट वाज लाइक कि कस्टमर पहले प्रोडक्ट देखेगा और जब ऑर्डर करेगा तो वो ऑर्डर आइटम में कन्वर्ट होके कार्ट पे जाएगा। एंड वंस द कस्टमर चेक्स आउट देन द ऑर्डर आइटम्स इन द
तो
कार्ट गेट
कस्टमर और प्रोडक्ट में भी तो रिलेशनशिप होना चाहिए था.
कस्टमर
कस्टमर और
प्रोडक्ट।
प्रोडक्ट में भी तो रिलेशनशिप होना चाहिए था ना. Otherwise, how can a customer view a product and can add it into a cart or whatever, order that item? तो व्यू ही नहीं किया तो फिर कैसे करोगे?
ओके सो प्रोबेबली ये एक नॉर्मल एग्रीगेशन या आई मीन एसोसिएशन ही होगा देन।
A single customer can view many items, या many to many होगा मेरे ख्याल से यहाँ पे. Many customers can view many items, right? Or products.
यस यस मैम। ओके सो यहाँ पे मैंने कंपोजिशन इसलिए यूज किया बिकॉज आई वाज थिंकिंग कि ऑर्डर आइटम तो टेम्परेरीली कार्ट पे रहेगा एंड वंस द कस्टमर चेक्स आउट तो कार्ट का जो पूरा ऑर्डर आइटम है इट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू अ सिंगल ऑर्डर एंड देन इट
हम्म.
विल प्रोसीड टू पेमेंट। सो मैंने ऑर्डर आइटम और ऑर्डर को कंपोजिशन कर दिया एंड
हम्म.
ऑर्डर आइटम एंड कार्ट को एग्रीगेशन कर
And
दिया।
customer and payment will also have a relationship.
ओके
अदरवाइज कस्टमर पेमेंट डायरेक्ट, मतलब ऑर्डर के बाद पेमेंट करेगा या कैसे करेगा, ये देखना पड़ेगा. ऑर्डर के बाद ही होगा पेमेंट तो खैर।
यस, यस मैम। ऑर्डर जब प्लेस करेगा देन विल क्रिएट द पेमेंट ऑब्जेक्ट, राइट?
ठीक है, फिर रहने दो इसको, ये तो ठीक है।
तो ये रिलेशनशिप्स जो मैंने ड्रॉ किए, एड्रेस का भी मैंने इधर कॉम्पोजिशन ही यूज किया बिकॉज एटलीस्ट वन और मेनी एड्रेसेस विल बी एसोसिएटेड टू एटलीस्ट वन ऑर्डर। तो यहाँ मैंने वन और मेनी कनेक्ट किया मेनी ऑर्डर्स के साथ, कि मतलब
हम्म
मल्टीपल ऑर्डर्स एटलीस्ट एक एड्रेस के साथ तो कनेक्टेड होंगे ही।
ठीक है, वो तो ठीक है।
सो इट्स दिस इज फाइन, राइट मैम?
फाइन।
ओके, तो ये तीन ही बनाए थे मैंने प्रैक्टिस
हम्म
पर्पस। थैंक यू मैम।
वेलकम। तो लास्ट टाइम वी वर डूइंग द डिफरेंट, हमने सारे डायग्राम्स कर लिए थे, 9 डायग्राम्स व्हिच वर देयर, क्लास डायग्राम, ऑब्जेक्ट डायग्राम, यूज केस, सीक्वेंस, कोलैबोरेशन, एक्टिविटी चार्ट, स्टेट चार्ट डायग्राम एंड कंपोनेंट डायग्राम एंड डिप्लॉयमेंट डायग्राम, राइट? The 9 diagrams we have done. We were talking about the implementation part, that how a class diagram is converted into a C++ or Java code, right? An object oriented code. तो अगर हम यही डायग्राम को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं अपने विजुअल पैराडिम में, जो डायग्राम इन्होंने दिया हुआ है, तो हम एक क्लास डायग्राम बनाते हैं, न्यू क्लास डायग्राम। So in a class diagram, we require university, school, faculty, student, program, course. So first we take university class. Where is the class? Yes. So this is your university, right? So we will add the attribute here. What are the attributes? Name, address, phone. So they have given the data type also. Name, address, and phone. Phone you can say integer or numeric if you want, right? So these are the attributes. Now attributes, after the attributes are your add school, remove school, add student, remove student. So this we are changing. Add school, remove school, we are not giving this parameter and all. Then again we are adding add student, remove student. What else is there? Add student, get school, get all school, get student. What happened? Get school, get all school, and get student. So these are the operations which are there. So we have two aggregations, right, with the university. One is school and one is student. So we'll add two aggregation kind of a relationship with this university. So aggregation is this one. This is what? With the, what was that? With the school and student. Sorry. Sorry. So you can say this is student, right? And this is another aggregation class, which is here we are putting it this side, which is the school, right? The two classes are there. One is a, why this is like this? So we have attributes like student ID, name and address. So we'll let the student ID name, you can give the data type if you want. Student ID name, and address. These are the attributes we have given for the student class, which are, and for the school we have name, add faculty, remove faculty, add program, remove program. So name is one of the attributes which is there. So add the attribute which is name of the school, right? And again we are adding operation now. The operation is add faculty, then remove faculty, Then add program and remove program. So these are the attributes or operations and attribute of the school. Then with the school also you have an aggregation with faculty and another normal association with program. So if that is the case, so we will make an aggregation class again with this. So we can make it hit this side of the, we have made it here. And this class is which class? Faculty, right? So faculty also have faculty ID, faculty name, school name. Okay. So the attributes which are there is faculty ID, faculty name, and then school name. So you can give the attribute also if you want. This is integer and this is string and this is school name is again string. So these are the this, and one normal relationship is also there because school will have a HOD. So if you want to create a normal association, you can do like this, right? So this is for HOD you are creating a normal relationship. We'll give the association thing later on. I'm just giving a thing. Then you have a normal relationship class also with this. So normal association class will be like this, right? So we'll just bring that here, right? And the name of the class is with the program, I think. This is program, right? And program has program ID and program name. So program ID. Another one is program name, right? So that is there. So again, data type is given. They are not okay. So this is there, and student, and this also has a association. So if we make an association between this and this, and that also the association should be arrow doesn't come here. Okay. This is not showing the arrow, but we have changed the arrow to the direction this side. If we take that one, I'm just taking it, the usage one. If that is, if we take it, what happens to that? Okay, this is different thing. Okay. Then we have a course. Again, we have from faculty to course, another association is there. So we are creating from faculty to course, another class. So this is course. So course has attributes like course code and course name. So we'll add the attribute course code. Then we have course name. These are the attributes. We also have, I think, operations. Add course, remove course, get course name, get course code. Remove course. Get course name and get course code. So these are the things, and this is also have a relationship. I think this has a aggregation relation. Course are part of the program. So we have aggregation. I don't know whether this is a. I don't think so. This is a part of it. This I'm not finding. Let us make a aggregation kind of a thing. If we take from here, I don't know what is NRE kind of a thing. It should be like this. Hmm. So this is the case. Now here we have given university, one university have one or many school. So has is the relationship. So here we can say first the association name is has, and the association This is 1 and this is no. So 1 to 1 or many, right? 1 to 1 university has many schools. So this is one kind of a thing. Or you can put this down also, 1 too many. Then school and faculty. So school, one school can have many faculties. So this will be again has, and the association which is there is one school has one or many faculties. So that is there, right? And for HOD, one school will have 0 or 1 HOD. So again, HOD we have already, sorry. So one school will have 0 or 1 HOD. So this is your this for HOD, head of the department. Then assigned to. The relationship is assigned to. So this is where that school, one school is faculty is assigned to one school, one or many faculties. Then faculty teaches course. So I think this will be one to many both side, matlab many to many kind of a thing. So this is the relationship is teachers. This is teachers, and the relationship goes like one or many to here also one or many. So this will be one or many, matlab one faculty one course, or many faculty many courses they can teach. So that kind of a thing we have created. Now school and program, again a school can have many programs or many schools can have many programs. So again the relationship here will be they have not given the relationship. So this is one to many, well, the many to many relationship. One or many schools can have one or many programs. Then student and university. One university can have many student, and the relationship is registration. So one university. Sorry, undo. So one university, should I make it down? Why is give it? Relationship is registration. Yeah, you can say register. many student register in a university, right? So one to many relationship is there. There is also a constraint they have given. The constraint is one student per program. So let us see if we can give a constraint or not. Anchor, dependency. There is a constraint here. So we have given a constraint that one student per program. So we are giving a constraint one student. Constraint is a condition. So one student per program, we have given the constraint here. You can make it accordingly, or we'll just do enter here. Doesn't have enter for, okay. So this is a constraint we have added, that one student per program will be there. You can add the constraint here also to the condition, right? So this way you have added a constraint also. What else? The program and student enroll for the program. So the relationship here is enroll. Again, what will be the relationship they have not given, but the relationship should be that many student enroll for, or you can say one or many student, you can say that. So many, okay, many is also okay. So many student enroll for many programs, or you can say one or many programs, right? So this kind of a relationship we had given. So this is now about this one, program and course. So one program can have many courses. So again, the relationship will be one, and sorry, here it will be many. One program can have many courses. So one to many relationship will be there. So this is your final thing, which is there, which is according to this. Uh, Sorry. According to this, this is a diagram which was there. So can we create? This is a diagram. Can we create a code from this? I'm just seeing it. If you want to generate Java code, this is there. So suppose we go for Java code. The feature is available in which paradigm standard you want to switch to. Okay. So the community version may not have it. So I'm just seeing. non-community edition. So probably we won't be able to do that. And if we want to generate C++, again the same thing. I think we can only generate if we are having an enterprise edition of this, and for that, the community version will not be the one. The proprietary version where license or anything we have, then we can switch to that. So that way we can convert it. That is in this part of the thing. Community version doesn't have the code conversion facility. Right, but if we have to convert it, can you say how will we be able to convert this into code? What will be this for the university? You can create a class in whatever language you can take that. I'm just giving an example. Suppose class university we are creating, right? Whatever language you want to create a class, I'm creating in C++, suppose. So your different parameters are name, address, and phone. So this is your name, right? So you have to say in char, I think is the one which is there. Data type, and you have to take it as a array, right? Then char address, right? What else? Name, address, and phone. So phone, sorry, int phone, right? So these are the attributes you have created, and for the what the operations you will say for add school it will be, I think, char add school. If you want to give any parameters, so I'm just so this will be your add school. Then remove school will be char remove school. Can you understand how we are creating it? Right? And other what you are saying, other operations which are there, similar way we have done that, and we'll close the class. And how is class closed in C++ with a semicolon, right? This is how you will create the university class, yes or no? And one thing I forgot, what did I forget? To create private or public, the access specifier also you have to mention whether you are creating a private. If you are not mentioning anything, then everything is private. Otherwise, if you mention here that these part are public, so the operations will be accessed in public mode. So that way. Can you understand? Class.
Yes, ma'am.
So same way you can create a school class also, faculty class also, student program course, all these classes. Now to have a association like this, what will you do? University and school have a one to many association. Then what you have to do? One for one to many. The object of this class will be in this class, or what will you do? Tell me. Remember in the previous section, we were talking about that only when we were saying, like here, one to many is there, one to many bidirectional is there. So in one to many, you will create a private class, the class variable you will create person, and you will set person, new person, right? So this is a function they are calling, and here private set accounts, because many accounts are there. So you will say set accounts, private set accounts, public person account is equal to new has set. So this way you will be calling. In account, you will call the person class object, and in the class person, you will call set accounts, right? And here you are calling add account this way. This way you will create a what kind of thing? One to many. One to many. University, one university will have many schools. So this is what you will do. One university will have many schools. Can you understand that? Set of schools you have to do. Set of schools in the university with the set school and with the new has set function. So this is what you have to do here. But this will rarely come in your exam, but this is what we are trying to do. Same way, school and faculty also, you will do the same thing, right? Then this also, university and student also, you will say the same thing, right? Then what about one to many to many? So if it is many to many, then I don't know, many to many they have done or not. One to one they have done, not many to many. So in many to many we can go if there is association they have given. So this one to many you can do this one also. Teacher class is there and student object, and this you can create. So the vector student they have taken one to one. Not given a proper example. Okay. So simple association only, this kind of an association only you make, which we were talking about, the bidirectional one, right? So one to many association will be like this. So this is the one you will make. So many to many, you will have a set of things here also, set of things here also, set of accounts here, and set of person here. The same thing will be applied for many to many. Only in both the sections, both the classes, you will have set of schools or set of programs. That way, this is the one. This is the thing you have to create. Just a sample code you have to show. not the full detail you have to show, just the sample code, what kind of things you will be showing. That is what this implement the following class diagram in C++ or Java will be. Can you understand? Right? Any problems? Class. So they are saying in unit 1, 1.18 diagram. I don't know what is 1.18. One point one eight or 1.18. 1.8. 1.8 is this 1.18. They are talking about 1113. Here, so you don't have anything. Block 2, I'll just see. In block 2, I think it will be 2 point something, not 1 point something. 2.1. So they are telling you to see figure class diagram of figure 1.18. Figure 1.18. Hello, class. My voice is. Are you able to? My voice is audible.
Yes,
Hello.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
My
ma'am.
my connection got lost in between. So we were talking about this one, implement the class diagram of figure 1.18 in C++ or Java. So 1.18 is this one, customer order association class, order, product and order line. So these classes you have to make. This is one to many association. This is again, I think this is many to many association. So this kind of a thing you have to just show. So first make customer, order, product. These classes you have to make and show the association. Right? Any problems in this? Implementation means just the model you have to show, a class you have to show how it will be made. Can you understand that? Any problems in this one? Again, they are saying implement the following association using C++ or Java. This is your train journey class. This is your train class, right? And this is your one to many association, right? Like we saw here, one to many association. Same way you have to create it here also. Sorry, in that only. So same way you have to create it for here also. In this also, if we go for the internet and see, So they are saying that consider a class with two classes, person and address. Suppose person attributes are names and age, and method like print details. Address has attributes street and city. There is an association between person and address where a person lives at an address. So here they are saying class address public string. They are saying street and string city. So for if you have to have string data type, so they are including that with this std. They have written std because they are not writing iostream.h or string.h. So they are using this. Otherwise, you can direct, if you are writing here string.h and iostream.h, you can say string street string city. So you can use the string data type also if you include the string one. So here they are saying, so they are making address. The This is a, what you say, constructor here, and they are making use of that. We'll talk about that. They're passing the street and city and initializing the street and city. Print address, see out address, city and street and city. So this is the first class, address class. Then person class, you have name and age, right? Address, so their association, person lives at an address, so they are saying address asterisk address. So they are making the class pointer at a pointer address they are creating, and this is a person class. And here they are passing the address pointer here also in the constructor of the class. And print details, see out name age, if address address print address. So they are calling the print address from the this from the class, like this, right? And here address, home address, 123 Main Street, any town. So this is passed to the this address function, to the constructor. When the home address is the object they have made for the address class, and these are the parameters they have passed, automatically this constructor is called, and the street address and everything is passed here. So when it will print the address, it will print the street and the city accordingly. And person John is the object, and when it is created, again the John Doe is the name they will pass to the constructor, and 30 is the age, and ampersand home address, the object's address they are passing. That means the constructor which is there, which are having these parameters, is passed to this pointer address, right? The pointer will call the what you say, the address of the a pointer always points to the address of the variable. So this home address is the object variable, and this is passed as the object, so automatically this will be called, right? So when it will so John dot print details, so this print detail function is called for the person class. So when it will print, it will print name, that is John Doe, age 30, and if address, so if your address is there, then address print details. So if John Doe's address is there, so it will print the details from here, address and street and city, which is passed as this and this. So this is a relationship they are showing, right? One to one. Java, for Java, this is the Java implementation. This is a Java implementation. So this is a class they have created, public class address, street and city, the public string, and the city, the and add public address, right? They are the constructor they have created, and they have initialized the constructor, and they are calling the print address function. And then public class person string, name age and address is there, and public person, this is the constructor, and they are initializing this. And here they are calling, so here they are passing system.out.println name and age. If address is not equal to null, address.print address, so they are calling the print address function of this address class. And here in the main, they are saying address, home address is equal to new address, the object they are creating. and person John is equal to new this and John dot person print details. So it will print the details like this. This is the association they have created. So public address is the class and the object they have created here. This is the association they have created. For example, I don't know in this whether they have given the implementation thing or not. So here they are saying I don't know they have implemented or not, and we'll just see that. No, the implementation is not there. I don't know in visual paradigm there is there or not. They've just explained how to draw the diagram in visual paradigm. Let us see what this is showing. They are also not showing the implementation part in C++ or Java. So here also all the diagrams are given. You can go through them in tutorial point also if you want. This so we understand this. They are just showing that how to create this name, age, or the attributes and print person and get person are the methods, and the constructor also they have used for the initialization of the attributes. So this is okay, but they have not connection between the class. So like here, this is the book class they have created, right? Name and publisher are the attributes of the book, right? And the constructors and methods will also come here for the book class, and they have for the so there is an author class also. So the person class, person, private person, author. So this is the person class we have created. So we are naming author as the variable. So if we add a variable author type of which is person in the source code, the variable is declared like all other class variables. So this is a class variable we are creating for the class person. So in a class diagram, variables which refer to other objects are not written with the rest of the class attributes but are shown as connection between the classes. So in the class diagram below, we have the classes person and book and the connection between them. So here, book and the person will be the author. Like this, they have created. The arrow shows the direction of the connection. The connection above shows that a book knows its author, but a person does not know about books they are the author of. So we can also add a label to the arrow to describe the connection. So in the above diagram, it will be like this. So here, if a book has multiple authors, the authors are saved to a list like private array list person authors like that they are given. For example, in a class diagram, the situation is described by adding a star to the end of the arrow showing the connection between the classes, right? Like this, one to you can say one to many. Below we have not amended the label to describe the multiplicity of the connection, but it would be good idea for the sake of clarity. So it will be like this. get authors and add author. So array list person get authors, return this dot authors, and add author person author, this dot authors dot add author. If there are both the connections are both ways, that is bidirectional, so that this is they are showing that you will create a books variable in person also, book class variable, and this will be array list person authors will be in the book also, person class also, book class also, both ways if there is. And if you have to describe inheritance, describing inheritance, like here you have warehouse and you have, okay, they are just inheritance. So you know how to make inheritance in C++. You have multiple types of inheriting, multiple inheritances, that you will have classes of two or more classes will be the parent. But in Java, multiple inheritance is not implemented, so is not there. It is implemented in a different extent or different kind of a scenario. So this is how they have described it in some example. I don't know what they are showing. So they are saying with the class designer tool in Visual Studio, if you have Visual Studio on your system, you can design, visualize, and refactor class diagrams in C Sharp, Visual Basic, or C++ projects. Right? Class diagrams show the code elements and their relationship in Visual Design Surface, which can help you better understand your project. I don't know. I have the Visual Studio or not. Maybe I will be having. I don't know. I have it, but I don't know. It is saying go to modify options. I don't have anything like options or something. Okay. You can do this. They are saying select class designer and then select modify. So select the individual component tab like this, and then scroll down to the code tool category, select class designer, and then select modify. Add a blank class diagram to a project. So you can do that if you have Visual Studio in your system. You can do it with this class designer option. You can convert that into code which they have given how to convert it, right? So you can do that. They are giving you in Microsoft also you can do. Again, we have this one. I also had Star UML, but this is again we have to buy the license here. Again, Visual Paradigm, we have the community version. Otherwise, we have to buy the license so that we can go for the other part. So that is there. So these are the UML source code generators you can have. So in developing architecture, there are a software tool called Visual Paradigm, which currently supports round trip in the following programming languages. So they have given you an architecture diagram allows you generation of. So this is how they have generated the code. This is animal class with the attributes and operations. So this is the class they have created. So this is a. So they have shown you, but I don't think so. You have to buy the things. So here they have given the editions. Enterprise edition is this one, which have all the features. What all features they have, they are giving you. The community version, so we have already downloaded. So this is standard version also is there. Some of the features of so diagrammatic tools also they have given, which all tools are there in your different versions they have given you. Problem solving tools also. So if we select the enterprise edition, I'm just seeing 30-day license, 30-day trial version is there for the enterprise. After that, you have to, they will ask for the payment and all. So you can try if you want the code to be shown to you after the 30-day trial. You can see, you can download 30-day trial enterprise edition and see how it is converted to code. All those who want to see that, right? So these all these things they are asking you to convert that into code. That is what the session number 8 and 9 are all about. 8 and 9, yes, 8 and 9 are all about converting that to code. Then this is also there. Session number 9's 22 is also implement the following association using C++ and Java, right? Again, one to many association, person and bank account. So this is given in your book also. The person and bank account one, this one, person and bank account. So this example, same example, you can take it here, person and bank account one, right? So these are all the examples which are given. So we in the previous class we were talking about the collaboration diagram and how you can find out the different. So we know that collaboration diagram in UML, in an UML diagram, which depicts a relationship between the objects in a system. So it defines the functionality of the system by demonstrating a set of chronological interaction between objects. It is basically used to demonstrate how objects interrelate to perform the behavior of the specific use case. So a collaboration diagram carries a similar type of information as a sequence diagram. It focuses on the object structure instead of the chronology of messages passing between them. The sequence and the collaboration diagrams are come under the same head as interaction diagram. So we are talking about the collaboration diagram. So you can create collaboration diagram using star UML aggro. So that is we have already seen that in visual also. So you can also generate collaboration diagram automatically from the sequence diagram. While designing collaboration diagram, the following we have to follow the basic step. First, you can determine the scope of the collaboration or communication diagram. The scope of a collaboration diagram can be a use case. You can put the objects which play a part in the collaboration on the diagram. While putting objects, the most important object are to be placed in the center of the diagram. If a specific object has a property or retains a state that is important to the collaboration, you can set the initial value of the property or state. All objects should be associated with links, and each link should be associated with messages or method calls. You can add sequence numbers to each message corresponding to the time ordering of messages in the collaboration. And you can represent if else condition in a collaboration diagram as shown in figure this. So like this. So if you are showing a collaboration diagram, object A, object B, object C are there, how they are passing messages. If A first is if A is greater than B, then object A passes message 1 to object B. Otherwise, if A is not greater than B, then object A passes message to object C. So it is like this. If A is greater than B, then object B dot message 1, right? A message 1 will be passed to object B. If A is not greater than B, then object C dot message 2. So message 2 is passed to object C, like that. Right. Same way we had also discussed that there is a collaboration diagram for ATM transaction. So first you have to create the use case diagram and then you draw the collaboration diagram. So from the use case diagram, you are saying the customer can insert ATM card into the card reader of the ATM console. The card reader reads and verifies the card. ATM console displays a message and prompts the customer to enter PIN. Customer enters the PIN. ATM console verifies PIN with bank database and confirms the PIN is valid. If PIN is valid, ATM console notifies the customer with a message and rejects the card. If PIN is valid, ATM console represents a prompt with options such as deposit, withdraw, and transfer money. Customer selects withdraw option. ATM console presents prompt to the customer for an accurate amount to be withdrawn. The customer enters the amount. At ATM console verifies with the bank database whether the customer account has sufficient funds. Otherwise, shows an insufficient fund message. ATM console deducts money from the customer's account, puts the requested amount in cash dispenser, and prints a receipt. ATM console rejects the card and becomes ready for another transaction. So this is the flow of messages which will be there like this. The customer, card reader, bank database, ATM console, cash dispenser. So all the message how they are you are inserting, then card will be read, right? Then a prompt will be there for entering the PIN. The customer enters the PIN, right? The PIN is verified from the database, right? If it is uh, uh, if it is not valid, it will eject the card. Otherwise, it will prompt the or if it is valid, pin is valid, then it will prompt the option to the customer. The customer selects the option, right, for withdrawal, and the ATM console then prompts the amount to be entered. The customer enters the amount, right? The amount is verified from the bank database, right? If it is valid amount, then it is deducted from the account, right? And the cash is put in the cash dispenser, and the print receipt is printed. This is what is happening in this. Otherwise, it will ej- uh, ejected, right? So what are the classes? Now you can find the classes from this kind of a scenario. Classes are customer, card reader, ATM console, bank database. So these are the classes. Now what all the customer class can, what all methods or operations the customer class can do? Customer can insert a card, customer can enter amount, select option, enter pin. These are the options which the customer is doing. Card reader will only read a card, right? And ATM console can prompt the pin, prompt option, prompt amount, verify pin, verify amount. So these are the options which are there. Then bank database will deduct the amount, put the cash, print the receipt, eject the card. These are the bank database methods. So this is the way you will find out what all are the methods in the classes. So this, if a question is asked how uh, classes and methods are found out from the collaboration diagram, so this is how, this is the example you can give. So now you can transform methods, define the collaboration diagram into executable code. You inscribe source code yourself or use software tools such as Ellipse and concurrent version system. There are number of methods in figure this pseudocode given below. So they are saying that they have given you an example of verify pin pseudocode, how verify pin pseudocode method is. So where method verify pin, they are making two constant, number of maximum pin is 2, right? That means a constant variable they have created, number of max pins, maximum pin two times if you enter, right? Variable pin count. So you have created two variables, pin and pin count as a number, right? Set pin count to 0. So pin count is equal to 0. You have said read pin from ATM card. So from the, you insert the ATM card and then you will read the pin from that. Then loop until pin count is equal to number of max pins. So if your number of max pin is 2, you have set. So if you two times if you enter a wrong pin, then your card, you can't access your card. So you will loop until 2 times only, then maximum number. So in the customer input the pin, the customer will input the pin, right, in the pin variable, right? If entered pin matches the card pin database, so if you're in your database there will be a variable for the pin. If that matches with your entered pin, then call prompt option. So you will call the prompt option, and if, so this will be there, right? So and if, and so if, and so if that, if your pin matches, you will be calling the prompt option, that to deposit or to withdraw or whatever. And then you are adding 1 to the pin count. So one time you are okay. Matlab, if you enter wrong pin here, loop until pin count is equal to so if you enter first time, so you enter wrong pin, so it goes to add 1 to pin count. So next time it becomes 2. So now you enter again wrong pin, so the loop will end. So here, if pin count is equal to number of max pin, if your pin count is equal to number of max pin 2 times you have entered, then seize customer's card. That means you will block the customer card, else call eject card method end if. So this is how they have verify pin method they have created. A pseudocode, simple pseudocode they have given. So all these things, they are saying you can make a method out of it. Matlab the code, you can make codes for all these methods which are there in the collaboration diagram. That is what they are trying to say. Again, they have made a collaboration. Consider another example of program management system. Using this example, you can learn about creation of methods on the collaboration diagram. The system contains classes like admin, program coordinator, program, course, and faculty. Admin initiates a managed program functionality and interacts with program coordinator. Program coordinator intermingle with different object classes in the system, such as program, course, and faculty. Program coordinator starts the process of creation and modification functionality of the program. After program is either created or modified, program coordinator is responsible for creation or modification functionality of a course. Each program consists of many courses. It means that the class program and class course are associated with each other in the form of one-to-one, one-to-many relationship. The program coordinator assigns the course to faculty. Finally, the admin invokes the assigned faculty to the course functionality of the program. So they have created this admin, program coordinator, program, course, and faculty this way. And how the admin manage the program? The program coordinator creates a program, modify the program, remove the program, view the program, right? And program coordinator creates a course, modify, remove, and view the course. And the program coordinator assigns the course faculty, modify the course faculty, remove and view the course faculty. So this way they have created. An admin will manage the program, and faculty, program, and course, the other classes and the methods which are defined according to them. These are the methods. This is how. So what is collaboration diagram? Why do we need collaboration diagram? Again, check progress question you should see. So question can be asked in your theory, right? So that is their implementing constraints. Now constraints, what are constraints? Constraints are your conditions. So as you know, if any product is well designed, it will yield fruitful results. In the similar manner, if you want to design a software application with the sound quality of information, then it should be designed with appropriate constraints in the analysis and design phase. So if your application is not well designed, it will be erroneous and more expensive to correct. In general terms, constraint means restriction or limitation that is used for optimizing purposes. So constraint means restriction or limitation. So limitation in the kind, there will be a condition. According to that condition, you have to follow that condition and then only you can apply that. So this section describes how to implement constraint in terms of object-oriented paradigms. So constraint is a condition that restrains the semantics of an element and it must always be true. For example, a person can only get a loan from a bank if the person has an account with the bank, right? So there is a condition. So you can apply a loan to a bank only if you have a bank account in that bank, then you can apply. So a constraint is either to be declared in the tool and used in several diagrams or identified and applied as needed in a diagram. So some constraints are predefined in UML diagram and others may be user defined. So when you build a business application, they are closely associated with the constraints. So using the constraint, you can control the software behavior. You can say that constraint is a rule used for optimization. So constraints are used as semantic checks that are implicitly satisfied by a given set of objects. For example, constraints can control the range of an object's integer attribute. You can say that the constraints are defined as rules to be applied to classes and or fields of the or attributes of the class. For example, if a rule dictates that the employee name may never be null, then you would like up to place at the rate not null annotation to define the constraints like the following way. Like here they have said public class employee at the rate not null private string employee name. But here in the code, instead of applying this not null attribute in the code, you can also apply it in your database also. So if you have a employee name uh, attribute in your table in your database, then there also you can apply not null. So that means you have to fill that field, compulsory it is. The constraints are used to represent the semantic of object-oriented model elements such as objects, links, and attributes. You can use constraint to reflect the rules of the problem domain in the analysis model. So you can do that. Constraints can be added. So in the diagram, constraints are like, so you can use a constraint or a single element such as class or association path, the text for constraints. So like we have added in our diagram also constraint. This is a constraint that one student per program, a condition. Only one student can enroll for one program. That is a constraint. So that is how what they are talking about. So constraint, like here, the constraint on an object also there. The following class diagram demonstrate an example of applying constraints on the attributes. Employee could be a boss or the worker. Worker's salary cannot exceed the salary of boss. So you can see in figure 13.4 for the syntax of constraints, it is defined as condition within the braces, placed near the constraint object and then connected with dotted line like this. So the employee can be boss also and can be normal worker also. Employee can be anybody. So the salary is less than equal to boss salary. Matlab the worker's salary will always be less than equal to boss salary. This is a constraint, right? So constraint on links, as you know, multiplicity specify how many objects. So you can have constraints on links also. That is what they are saying. Like here, the following example of a class diagram represent two classes, candidate and job. The constraint condition is written near the class which implies on both the classes. The candidate do not apply for job if the age of the candidate is more than 30. So if the age of the candidate is more than 30, it should be less than 30. If it is more than 30, then you cannot apply for the job. So this is a constraint condition. Right? Same way here also they are applying a constraint. Like you have a saving bank account, right? So your withdrawal amount should be greater than equal to the balance amount. It should not be greater than, it should be less than. So withdrawal amount should be less than equal to the balance amount, otherwise you can't withdraw the amount. So that is a constraint, a condition which is there. So that is what constraints are. Like here, if withdrawal amount is greater than, not greater than, it should be less than. The symbol they have used is wrong. It should be the other chevron. So less than symbol should be there. So if withdrawal amount is less than equal to balance amount, then balance amount will be equal to balance amount minus withdrawal. Then only you can subtract the withdrawal amount from the balance. If withdrawal amount is greater than balance, then how can you subtract it, right? So that then you will show an error. So this symbol they have used wrong. This is less than, right? So that this is how constraints are applied on your this. So there is a number of constraints such as not null, unique, primary key, foreign key in RDBMS, that is your database. You will study in the next block. A not null constraint defines a rule which protects a column to not accept null values. The unique constraint makes sure that all values in a column are different. A primary key constraint is used to identify each row in a table uniquely. A foreign key is a primary key of one table that is embedded in another table. So all these things we will be talking about in the next thing, which will be there in the next part of the thing. Then they are talking about implementing state chart. So this we will do tomorrow, how to implement state chart, right? We will talk about that tomorrow. And there will be also, after that we will be talking about what is persistency or persistence data and transient data, right? Serialization is also there. So you can the question asked on serialization can be answered from there, or persistency can be answered from there. So this we will do tomorrow, right? And then we will talk about this relationship, what is DBMS and what are the different things in DBMS, right? And we will talk about how to the last question which is there, which is this one: do mapping of the classes into database tables. So how can you create database tables out of this? That we will see in the next class, right? So any doubt in this part of the thing which we had seen? Any doubt, class? So I've just shown, we are just seeing the previous question papers, student services, download, and from, we are just checking this June 2025, and here the search option will come. We'll put our course code. So it is MCS 219, and we'll be opening the question paper. This is of June 2025. The June paper which is there. So this is what is OOAD, what is abstraction, what is UML, what is inheritance, what is one-to-one association, what is object modeling, use case diagram, event state transition, component diagram. Here you have to draw the online banking for diagram for online banking. Component diagram. What is DFD? Need design documentation, collaboration. So here they have asked collaboration diagram, data. Yeah, this is mapping object table classes to tables. This we will be doing in the next class diagram. So this is one question paper which was there. Then the December 2024 paper. So this is MCS 219. So here explain OOAD. Categorize the following into class, object, generalization, aggregation, association. Book author, printer, student, MCA, student, computer, monitor. So what is this? Categorize the following into class, objects. A book is a class. Yes or no? Class, object, generalization, aggregation, or association, inheritance. What is this? Explain briefly about your choices. Book is a class or not? Class. What kind of thing is book? An object, a class, a
Class.
generalization. It is a class. What is book and author? An association,
Yes, ma'am.
right? What is printer? What is printer? A class or an
Printer is a
object?
class. Printer is a class, ma'am.
What is student and MCA student? Generalization or not? Student is a class, a generalized class, and a type of student class will be MCA. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So this will be generalization inheritance. What is computer monitor? Again, an association or aggregation, right? Computer and monitor will be what? Association or aggregation, right? So you have to also explain briefly why book is a class, why book and author is a relationship, printer a class, student and MCA inheritance, and why is computer monitor a association again. Then state diagram, they are asking the components and you have to draw the state diagram for online examination. What is association, type of association, so aggregation, composition. So you have to explain that. What is DFD? Again, online examination system DFD, class diagram, online examination system class diagram. What is use case diagram? What is system design? What is concurrency? What is design optimization? What is serialization? Explain how object classes are mapped to database table. Cohesion and coupling, dynamic model. So in this also they have not asked that question. Right. So we'll go to the previous year question papers which are here. So June 2024. Here we have to find our school. SOCIS, School of Computer Information Sciences. Under that, our courses are there. So we go to MCA new and object oriented analysis and design. In this, again, object oriented modeling question is asked, time critical system is asked, persistent object, derived attributes, association, collaboration. This is they have asked. What is collaboration diagram? Explain how methods are created from collaboration diagram with the help of an example. How methods are created. So the example which we talked, which we right now studied here. Sorry. This, either this example or this example, whichever example, ATM card example, this you have to show that how you are converting methods. Can you understand that? Explain how methods are created from collaboration diagram with the help of an example. So you can give that example ATM1. So you have a customer card reader and all that, and so how the collaboration diagram you are taking out the methods. So this is how you will explain that. Can you understand that? So design after abstraction, DFD, dynamic model, use case diagram. So I've already told you to download these previous 5 question papers, right, and practice them for your theory examination. You will be conversant with your this. DFD is also asked many times. DFD is coming all the time, right? So DFD, you should know how to make a DFD. Any doubt in whatever we had seen today, class? Any doubt anybody has? Any doubt anybody has, class?
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
So everybody has anybody is left to submit their assignment, or everybody has submitted their assignments? One of you, so today we had discussed the diagram also. Anybody else is left? So everybody has put their name and enrollment number for the attendance. So everybody has put their attendance. Any doubts anybody is having? So we can discuss those doubts right now. All those doubts you have, if you have. Just remember that implementation of your diagram, class diagram or whatever, into a code will rarely be asked, but general way other parts of the thing will be asked most of the time. In your practical exam also, implementation will not be asked. It will always be to draw the diagram. What we have? Theory is submitted, but not the practical. So submit the practical, do your practical assignment and submit it. I think 20th of November is the last date, right? For submission of assignment.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
extended up to 20th.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in your MCSL triple two, you have two assignments. That is, one is object oriented analysis and design, and section two is, I don't know what is that section two of your MCSL triple two. And if you have to submit the lab records, right? In your assignments, you also have to need to have your lab records. You can attach your lab records along with your assignment only. The assignments, you can have a soft copy of the assignment. Handwritten assignment is not necessary in practical. Theory assignment should be handwritten, and you can scan that into a PDF, right? And practical assignment, you can take a Word file, copy your code. If there are certain assignments which have codes in them, so copy the code and the output screen input and output screen of the screenshot of the outputs can be pasted on the Word file. That will be your soft copy, and you can convert that into a PDF, right? So soft copy assignment in practical is allowed. So for my MCSL triple two part section, I don't know, section 1 or section 2 MCSL triple two object oriented analysis and design, which section it is. So for that, just take the diagram, save it on the Word file, or screenshot of the diagrams on the Word file, and you can submit that, right? Along with that, if you have to submit the lab records, those who have not submitted, so lab records, the assignment questions are sorry, the practical questions, the booklet, this book, MCSL triple two. Can you see that? This book,
Yes, ma'am.
right? This book of yours, section 1 is object oriented analysis and design lab. So this book, MCSL triple two, the questions in that session wise questions are your lab records. Can you understand that? So in this one, I'm just showing you. So these questions in session 1, only one class diagram of any one, you can draw one class diagram, one object diagram. Session 2, one use case diagram. Session 3, one sequence diagram. Session 4, one collaboration diagram. Session 5, one activity diagram. Session 6, one state chart diagram. Session 7, one component diagram and one deployment diagram. Session 8, the implementation part, you can have a simple implementation and show that, right? Only one question of implementation you just show. And then session 10, you will show class into database table. Can you understand? What are lab records?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are these are your lab records. Only one question. Do only one question, not all, because there are three question of sequence diagram, three question of collaboration. Only one you do.
We'll
Anyone.
write it in the same Word file, ma'am.
Yes, in the same Word file. Suppose
Okay.
you have answered your assignment questions, right? Of section 1, object oriented analysis, section 1 assignment question you have answered, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Then say lab records of section 1, and these are your questions. Any one question you have to do, right? Not all the questions. I said that first
Anyone from
class.
each section.
Yeah, or any one from each section. Section 1, they have asked two class diagram and one object diagram. So one class diagram, one object diagram question, right? Section 2, they have asked two use case diagram, only one use case diagram. Section 3, three questions on sequence diagram, only one sequence diagram. Section 4, three questions on collaboration, only one collaboration diagram. Section 5, two activity diagram, do one activity diagram. Section 6 is say state chart diagram, do one state chart diagram. And section 7 is two component diagram, one deployment. So one component diagram, one deployment diagram. Session 8, 9 are all the implementation one. Do any one implementation part, right? Either this or either this. Any one you do implementation. And section 10 is your converting classes into database table. Can you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So one question you have to do from each. These are your lab records, these questions, right? These are your lab records. So attach them with your assignment only. So that will be helpful, because if you see in your assignment question also, let us see the assignment portal we go to. And again, is there any searching? I don't know. It is not coming. Here. So we are just searching MCA new. MCA. So this is MCA new only. So all these are there. So we are talking about 219, suppose. So this is assignment of 219, latest assignment. So again, July. Okay. So this is the assignment of 219. This is theory assignment. We are talking about practical one. Uh, okay. Practical is triple two.
हेलो मैम।
Yes.
मैम मैंने जो डायग्राम्स है वो ऑनलाइन पोर्टल मतलब जो विजुअल पैराडिग्म वाला साइट है मैंने उससे बनाया है।
हाँ तो कोई बात नहीं, आपने कॉपी पेस्ट कर दिया ना उससे।
मैम पर उसका लोगो आ रहा है, उससे कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है?
विजुअल पैराडिम का लोगो आ रहा है।
जी वो अपना लोगो दे रहा है।
हाँ कोई बात नहीं, अगर दे रहा है तो।
ठीक है मैम।
तो हम वी आर गोइंग फॉर ये। सो यू हैव टू sections in your triple two, that is lab assignment, OOAD and web technologies lab. So in OOAD, if you see this assignment has two section, answer all questions in each section is of 20 marks. Your lab records will carry 40 marks. Can you understand that? 20 for each section. So 20 marks for the lab records of 20 marks for the assignment, 20 marks for the lab records of OAD. Again, the section 2 will have 20 marks for the this assignment questions and 20 marks for the lab records of this section also. Can you understand? Class.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So this is draw use case diagram and deployment diagram for online shopping system. And this is draw class diagram for online shopping system. So these are the two questions which are there. Can you understand the assignment questions? And with
यस।
that, the lab records which are there, the questions of the lab records. Just say lab records of section one, and one class diagram, one object, one use case, one sequence. So these one question you just do, right? Can you understand that? That will be your lab records. Same way, web technologies also. So JDBC and JSP will be program for this is there. So code you can put it in a Word file, and the output of that, the screenshot of the output or input screens, you can put it right for these two questions. And the lab record, if you go for the study material of MCSL triple two, if you go for the study material, I'm going to the eGyan course, it is not opening. Website is not working. Okay, we'll go for some other one. I don't know. No, it also doesn't have that. Okay, no problems. If you don't have, see, your those who are from ODL mode, are some students from MCA ODL mode? कोई है? Or all of you are from MCOL? Those who are from ODL mode, they have to appear at the center for the practical examination. In OL, you will be. Has anybody given first semester examination, MCOL practical examination?
यस मैम।
So it was in Viva based format, right?
यस मैम।
So for MCOL, it will be Viva based format, but for ODL, you will be allotted a center where computers will be there, and this is a question paper. This kind of a question paper comes to you, and there will be computer, and on that you have to either there will be software or whatever, and you have to draw this diagram. Like they are asking section 1, draw collaboration diagram for online banking. Section 2, create a user table into database and bind the user entity Spring security for login. These are the questions. It's a 2 hours paper of 50 marks. This question paper is also asked. So this, I'm just giving you an example. So this is how the practical question paper should be solved. Can you understand that? Right? So how many practicals are there? You have MCSL 222 and MCSL 223. So L means lab. These are the practical one. These are your theory ones. So 2 lab are there. So MCSL trip 223. I don't know, 223 is not in this part. So that will also have, I think, 2 sections. This is 223. So MCSL 223 is computer networks and data mining lab. These are the 2 sections. So do accordingly. Just what I have told you, you can attempt that, right? Yes, you have to do 1 question from each section. Section 1920, I think 19 or 2021 or something like that. Only 1 question you have to do. All are coding implementation questions. So that is 1 question. Right? So anybody is left for the attendance? Should we end the class, or is there anything you need to ask? Any questions, class?
No, ma'am.
So we'll end the class, and the other part of the thing we will do it tomorrow. The next part is state chart diagram. About state chart diagram, how do we implement that? And then we will go to database and how the class diagram is converted into tables, mapping classes into tables. We will talk about that, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, then take care. Bye.
Bye, man. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.